Good day, welcome to another digital bookkeeping session. So in this video we are going to be looking how to practically create an invoice. We are going to be looking at to practically create an invoice, and in the last video I talked about the software, the cloud software that you can use in creating invoices. You can use the Zoho book and invoice.ng, but in this particular video we are going to be using just Zoho. We are going to be using Zoho. So in order to do this, we have to go to www.zoho.com. So if you don't have an account, you sign up, but I already have an account, so let's do this to access the app. Then you go down, you look for invoice. Invoice is normally under the finance. Click it. So this is the invoice. So we can look at the features. See, we have quotes, invoice, payment, and templates. These are the features of this Zoho invoice. You can also look at the pricing. Remember, I said the pricing for Zoho is free. For now it is free. I don't know for the future, but for now it's free. So let's access the Zoho invoice. Yeah, it's loading. So this is my dashboard. If you create your account, so when you create an account there, which is totally free, you will get your own dashboard. So this is my own business account on this thing in Zoho invoice. So in order to create your invoice, you come to this plus, quick create. Come under the sales, you see where they put invoice. You click it. So this will pop up. Do you want to give discount? If you don't want to give discount, suppose you don't want to give discount, do you want this to be tax inclusive or exclusive? All these sounds does not concern us for now. It just depends on your business, how you do your business. So let's remove here. So if you want to invoice to a new customer, you will click this customer name aspects. You click there. Come down to new customer. So here is it. The customer type, is it an individual or is it a business that we are creating for? So if it's an individual, we click this place, we put the primary contact, the salutation. Let's put maybe Mrs. Let's put the first name as maybe Chi when last name, let's put maybe something like Oladipo. So if it is for a business, we use the company name. If it's an individual, we use this. So this will show us to display the name. You want it as Miss Chiwendo Oladipo, just Chiwendo Oladipo Chiwendo. It depends on how you want it. So let's use this. So the currency obviously is naira, but when you are setting up an account, they will tell you which currency you want. You just choose your naira sign. So we also need an email address for her. So you need to ask her what is your email address so that you can forward the invoice to her email, and maybe always give her a reminder. So maybe let's assume an email. Let's assume an email. Let's put Chiwendo Oladipo 165 at gmail.com. So we can put a phone number there. Let's say 09112345678 9. So maybe we can just put a phone number there. So we can look for the other details, the address, the customer field, the address of the customer, the custom field, remarks. But let's leave all those ones blank on that. When you are doing your business, or when you're creating this thing, you know what to do. You know what to do. But for the sake of this video, let's just continue. You click save. You click save. So this is the name of the customer. This is the invoice number. This is the invoice date. This is the invoice date 15. So maybe the terms due on receipt, the date that this thing is due. Maybe let's put like 1 month later. Let's put like 1 month later. Anything after 1 month, she don't she has she will turn to our debtor as if you've not paid. So in this table item, let me say I'm providing let me say she's providing or she's providing an accounting service. I'm providing an accounting service to her. I'll put the item there. How many times? One times. How much do I charge? Let me say 30. Let me say 40k. That's what I charge her. So let's leave the tax rate blank there. Let me say again, if you want to add another item, you can add another item. Another thing you do for, let me say you do bookkeeping service, or let me say you charge 20. Let me say you charge 20,000 naira. Okay, enter. So you can also add customer notes, maybe like thank you for your business, and maybe you can also add your account number there too. You can add your account number there, which is I already added my own there. You can also put your terms and condition. Maybe you can put like, maybe if you are selling like a product, you can say that if the goods got spoiled before 6 months, they can return it. You get? Or you can say no credit allowed. Or you can say all payments must be made before the due date. So you can put these terms and condition, and you can also click here so that anytime you're creating an invoice, this will just automatically show. This terms and conditions just automatically show. You can also add payment gateway, that is for people that you like to pay using another means. uh, so this is all. If the person have paid you before you create this invoice, you can click here as I have received payment. But if it's not so, don't do it. Don't do it. So since you have received payment and the worth of goods, the summary of the goods or the service you are providing is 60,000 naira, it will automatically show that you have received 60,000 naira. But let's remove this one for now. So you can save it and send. Once you click this save and send, it will automatically show you whether whether you want to share it to the person. But let's save and draft. Let's save as draft for now. So see, this is the draft, and this is how the invoice will look like. You can see the name of my company there. You can see this is the invoice number, the balance due. They've not paid us any amount for now, so the balance due is 260,000. This is the time we created the invoice, the day we created the invoice, and the day that payment must be made. The date that after this date, anything else is the person is a debtor. So this bill is to Miss Chuen Doladipo, that's our customer, and we are offering her accounting service and bookkeeping service at the rate of 40,000 and 20,000 respectively. So the subtotal is 60,000, total is 60, while the balance that we are going to receive from her is 60,000 naira. So in case she paid or she want to pay, let's mark as sent so that we will not be seeing all those things here. Let's mark as sent. So in case she want to pay, we can come here to record payments. So this is her name here, Miss Chuen Doladipo, which we cannot change. So this is the payments. Like, this is my fourth customer here that I'm creating invoice for. So the amount received, and remember, she bought goods worth 60,000 naira. You can just say maybe she paid us 30,000 naira. Maybe like some days, let's say she paid 30,000 naira some days after. I will maybe on the spot. You put the 30,000 naira. If there's any bank charges you add, if there's any tax that will be deducted, you put yes. But for now, let's say no. So payment date. If the payment is on that same day, that is, if the payment is on that same day, we leave it. In fact, when you're making she's making the payment, date will show. Maybe if she has paid like before you issue the invoice, you can put the date before, maybe like May 14, 14th of May, 13th of May, or so. So this is the mode of payment. Maybe she paid by cash or through bank transfer or check, credit card, or bank remittance. So let's just say she paid by cash. So you can put a note saying maybe thank you for paying, or you can put a note saying that she still has to balance us before so date. Okay. So let's click record payments. So remember, she asked for our service, and the service would cost her 60,000 naira, but she has paid 30,000 naira, meaning we have a balance of 30,000 naira. So the invoice is even showing us here this is partially paid. So and the balance due now is 30,000. That is the remaining amount that we're expecting her to pay. So the invoice date is the date for the invoice is 15. The date due is still showing here. So let's to go down. The total service is 60,000 naira. The total is 60,000 naira. The payment that she has made is already showing here as 30,000 naira, and the balance due is 30,000 naira. Our notes and everything is still showing here, and the terms and conditions is still showing. So we can still come here to make a reminder when you send to email, that email address that you added there, you can send it to her, and this reminder will also remind you, and it will remind her that she has to make her payments. You can share it, you can turn it to PDF and maybe send it to maybe our WhatsApp, or you can send it via email. So this is how to basically create an invoice. So you can, if you are using something like this, it will be very easy for you to track all your sales and your payments. So let's go to our payments received. Let's go to the payment received. So if you can look at it, this payments you are seeing here, everything you are seeing here, these are invoices that are created for other people. But the one that concerns us now is the Miss Chirin Oladipo, paid by cash 30,000 naira. So you can track it that yes, she paid on the 15th by cash 30,000 naira. And if you look at other customers, this one has paid by cash 50,200, 20,000. This one paid by cash 134,000 naira. These are the payments received. So we can also come to the customer aspect. When you click the customer aspect, you will see how much that those people are owing you, your customer are yet to pay. Remember we did for this Miss Chirin Oladipo, and she she asked for her service, and the service would cost her 60,000 naira. She paid 30,000 naira. So the amount she's paying us, which is receivables, that is our debtor, will be 30,000 naira. She's still owing us 30,000 naira. If you look at other customers, this debtor Azari is still owing 100,000 naira. Seat of Wisdom, yes. His blessing Ojo is owing us 10,000 naira. So here now we can track our debtors. If you are using this software, you can track your debtors using this software. It's very easy for you to do that. The payment aspect, you can track your payments. You can track the payments that you've received still using this website. So basically this is the end of how to create invoice using the Zoho. I'm not going to give any video on how to use Zoho books and invoice authority because it's still the same thing, the same look and feel, the same format. That is how the thing is. It's just that the Zoho books, the only difference from the Zoho books when it comes to invoicing and Zoho is that the Zoho books has a place that you can put a balance brought forward. Let me say you want to convert, you were using paper 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 to manually fill your invoice, and you want to convert it to a cloud software. So that your balance that you are bringing from the paper aspect that you are bringing manually, you can bring that balance of that customer and add it there as balance brought forward. And every other thing that you are going to do there is the same thing as this. So it's nothing. It's not a big deal. It's something that you can do. So I would advise you to use it. And the other one is invoice.ng. In order to access invoice.ng is www.invoice.ng. So it's same look and feel, something that can be easily maneuvered. So I advise you to do those yourself. So but for now, we are done with how to create invoices. So bye for now.